He's making a list. He's checking it. Whoa! Oh, I didn't see you there. Or did I? Where does morality come from? That's the question we want to answer here. Is it human? Is it spiritual? Or is it from fear of panoptic judgment? To understand, first we must lay the groundwork. What is the Panopticon? The Panopticon was originally a prison designed by Utilitarian philosopher Jeremy Bentham. The idea of the Panopticon structure was this: a guard in a centralized tower in the middle of a circular prison facing in could hypothetically see every single inmate. But the prisoners could not see the guards. Therefore, the prisoners, who know that they might be under surveillance at any time but cannot tell when, must be in constant best behavior. The Panopticon is a structure, but Panopticism is a social theory, hypothesized by French philosopher Michel Foucault. The idea that being watched at all times by some sort of entity breeds fear, be it a camera, God, or jolly old Saint Nick himself.
So, Dr. Farr, what can you tell me about Santa Claus?
Well, I'm happy you asked, Winston. You see, what I can tell you about Santa Claus is that while you might not be able to see him, he's always watching.
Mysteries of the unexplained. This video is said to be evidence of Santa Claus, a man of folklore, the big guy who gives presents of splendor to children of the world. But does Santa have a darker side?
You see, he has two lists, naughty and nice. The good children get gifts, of course, but the naughty children do not. It's said that the bad boys and girls do not get presents this time of year. They might get coal, they might get nothing. And in some cases, Santa sends the demon Krampus to collect and eat disobedient children.
You may be wondering, what does this kind of folklore do to the developing minds of our children? Let's find out.
It teaches children, at a very young age, the panoptic society that we live in. Kids have been known to act extra good around the wintertime, when their minds are more focused on Christmas. They're taught of a man that could be watching them at any moment, that will reward their good deeds with something they want, and punish them with something they don't. So really it's just a more tangible version of the eternal bliss promised by another, greater figure of folklore: God. Picture Jeremy Bentham's Panopticon. Now imagine that everyone is a prisoner. The prison guards are priests, and the central tower is a vast, omnipotent force watching and judging your every move. Already you've begun to picture the panopticism created by many of the religions around the world. God creates a feeling of being constantly under some form of surveillance, never seen, but always enforcing and demanding of a moral discipline from all the people that believe he's out there watching over them. The entire point of the Panopticon is to effectively compel people to regulate how they act and behave. While Jeremy's Panopticon attempts to instill a sense of morality and control over the prisoner's behavior, God enforces his own morals and disciplines, such as the Ten Commandments. According to Foucault, discipline can be achieved through three main methods: hierarchical observation, normalizing observation, and examination. God definitely fits the criteria of all of these, being an omniscient, hierarchical observer, watching over everything and passing judgment on other people's actions unopposed. Panopticism and the fear of judgment tend to go hand in hand. While the prisoners in Jeremy's Panopticon fear punishment from their guards, those who believe in God fear the possibility of being judged and sent to hell for never-ending torment. Religion takes this a step farther as well, offering the promise of eternal happiness in heaven if you are a good person throughout your life. With stakes like that, who wouldn't want to moderate their behavior? Faith and religion tend to be very similar to the story of Santa Claus, but Santa Claus only functions as an effective panoptic arrangement for so long. What is to stop children from being menaces after the jolly bearded man is out of the picture? Perhaps God, the bigger, more powerful version of Santa Claus? The parallels between religion and the panoptic arrangement are uncanny, but more than that, religion may possibly be the largest, most culturally impactful form of panopticism to exist. The morals put into motion by the presence of God have been a large part of our laws and society for a very long time. Even though religion is supposed to be kept separate from law in our modern society, its influence is played into the shaping of those laws for so long that they often become hard or simply impossible to separate. Even people that do not believe in a greater power have their moral code and day-to-day life dramatically affected by religion. As time goes on, however, the image of God as an all-seeing eye has begun to dwindle, allowing cameras, guards, and the police to take God's place as a judging and watchful deity-like force.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I watch people, I invade their privacy.
God watches people too, son. It's really not that bad.
But then why do I feel guilty? I watch people, but I know God's watching me watch people, so I feel I need to apologize for watching people.
It appears you're a watcher apologizing to a watcher who's watching for watching people yourself.
Is watching people wrong? Should I feel bad? Where does our morality come from? Do I only feel bad because I'm afraid of judgment from the watcher himself? Is God really omnipotent? Is he really watching me, or are you his video camera? Are you the one who's watching me?
6 Hail Marys. I'm going to the pub.
I haven't found enough evidence. This reminds me, I need to update my technological device so others can observe the fabrication of my life, so I want them to see. Man, knowledgeable self-promoted surveillance sure is the hassle to keep up with. On social media, people have the power to post whatever they want. This creates self-published surveillance on oneself. People commit their own personal information willingly to the internet for anyone to see, often perceiving themselves to be transparent. But they can never be sure who is actually looking at and judging their information. We may share something intending for it to only be viewed by your friends, but anyone can see what you've posted. That creates visibility. That created visibility can be used for malicious intents and surveillance. The problem is that people are so comfortable with social media and surveillance that they don't even care that their information can be in anyone's hands across the world.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed us, Tori. and that when you go to bed tonight you will have visions of sugar plums dancing in your heads. But in the meantime, remember this. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake.